Hello, and welcome back to the English Story Podcast. I'm Emily, your host, and as always, I'm joined by the ever-thoughtful John. Hey, John.
Hey, Emily, and a warm hello to all our listeners tuning in today. Whether you're on your morning walk, commuting to work, or just relaxing at home, we're so glad you're here with us.
In our last episode, we introduced the basics of mindfulness, what it is, why it's important, and some simple exercises to help you stay present. But today, we're diving deeper. We'll explore advanced techniques and unexpected benefits of mindfulness that go beyond just meditation.
That's right. If you've ever found it challenging to stay present during busy or stressful moments, this episode is for you. We'll share practical strategies that you can apply in real-life situations, like at work, while commuting, or even during tough conversations.
And of course, we'll introduce some new vocabulary to help you talk about mindfulness in English. So not only will you be learning about mindfulness, but you'll also be expanding your English skills.
So wherever you are, let's take a deep breath together. Relax, and let's dive into the world of mindful living.
When people think of mindfulness, they often imagine someone sitting cross-legged on a cushion, eyes closed, meditating in silence. But John, mindfulness can be so much more than just that traditional image, right?
Absolutely, Emily. While meditation is a fantastic tool, mindfulness isn't limited to it. In fact, mindfulness is about being present and engaged in whatever you're doing, whether it's eating, walking, or even doing chores.
Let's talk about mindful eating. This is one of my favorite ways to practice mindfulness because it turns something we do every day into a moment of awareness. Instead of scarfing down your food while scrolling through your phone or watching TV, you take time to notice the textures, flavors, and even the smell of your food.
Exactly. Imagine biting into a crisp apple. With mindful eating, you focus on the sound of the crunch, the sweetness or tartness on your tongue, and even how the apple feels in your hand. It's about slowing down and really savoring the experience.
Another great example is mindful walking. Have you ever gone for a walk but realized you don't remember anything about it because your mind was somewhere else?
Oh, definitely. It's easy to zone out, especially if you're thinking about your to-do list or worrying about something. But mindful walking is about feeling the ground beneath your feet, noticing the rhythm of your steps, the sounds around you, like birds chirping or leaves rustling, and even paying attention to your breathing as you walk.
And you can apply mindfulness to working too. Instead of multitasking or jumping from one thing to another, focus fully on the task in front of you. Notice the details of what you're doing, whether it's writing an email, organizing your desk, or having a conversation with a colleague.
It's amazing how even simple activities like washing dishes can become moments of mindfulness. Instead of seeing it as a chore, you focus on the feeling of warm water on your hands, the scent of the soap, and the smooth surface of the dishes. It turns a mundane task into a peaceful, grounding activity.
So, mindfulness isn't just about finding time to meditate. It's about finding mindful moments throughout your day. It's about bringing your attention to the present, no matter what you're doing.
And the best part, you don't need any special tools or extra time. Mindfulness is available to you right now in every moment.
In our last episode, we talked about how mindfulness reduces stress and improves focus. But today, we're going to explore some unexpected benefits that might surprise you. Ready, John?
Absolutely, Emily. Let's start with something many people don't realize: enhanced creativity. When your mind is cluttered with stress or constantly jumping from thought to thought, it's hard to be creative. But mindfulness helps clear that mental clutter, allowing new ideas to flow more freely.
That's so true. I've noticed that when I'm more mindful, I come up with better ideas for work and even personal projects. It's like giving your brain a chance to breathe and be inspired.
Another surprising benefit is how mindfulness can improve your relationships. When you're fully present in a conversation, you listen more carefully and respond more thoughtfully. This helps build stronger connections with friends, family, and even colleagues.
Yes, we've all been in conversations where the other person isn't really listening. Maybe they're checking their phone or thinking about something else. But being present shows that you value the other person, and that can make a big difference in your relationships.
Here's another one. Mindfulness can actually improve your physical senses like taste and smell. When you're mindful, you're more aware of the little things, like the subtle flavors in your food or the fresh scent of flowers. It's like the world becomes more vivid and alive.
And let's not forget about emotional resilience. Mindfulness helps you become more aware of your emotions without getting overwhelmed by them. You learn to observe your feelings, understand them, and respond in a healthy way instead of reacting impulsively.
That's such an important point, Emily. It's not about ignoring negative emotions, but learning how to navigate them with more clarity and calmness.
So, as you can see, mindfulness isn't just about reducing stress. It can enhance your creativity, improve your relationships, sharpen your senses, and help you become more emotionally resilient. Pretty amazing, right?
Absolutely. And the best part is, anyone can experience these benefits with just a little practice.
Staying mindful when things are calm is one thing, but how do you stay present when life gets overwhelming? We all face stress, whether it's at work, in relationships, or even during unexpected situations. So, John, how can we practice mindfulness in those high-stress moments?
That's a great question, Emily. One of the most effective techniques is the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding exercise. It's simple but powerful. Here's how it works. Name 5 things you can see. Look around and identify 5 objects in your environment. It could be anything: a lamp, your phone, a plant, or even the pattern on the floor. Name 4 things you can touch. Notice the feeling of your clothes on your skin, the chair you're sitting on, or even the temperature of the air. Name 3 things you can hear. Focus on the sounds around you, like birds chirping, cars passing, or even your own breathing. Name 2 things you can smell. This could be the scent of your coffee, fresh air, or even the faint smell of your soap. Name 1 thing you can taste. It might be the lingering taste of your last meal, or just the freshness of your mouth.
I love this exercise because it forces you to engage your senses, pulling you out of your head and into the present moment. It's especially helpful when anxiety hits and your thoughts start spiraling.
Exactly. Another helpful tool is using anchor words. When you feel overwhelmed, pick a calming word like breathe, peace, or calm, and repeat it silently to yourself. It's a simple way to center your mind and create a sense of stability.
And if you're in a really stressful situation, like before a big presentation or during a tough conversation, try a 1-minute mindful pause. Just take a deep breath, focus on the rise and fall of your chest, and give yourself a moment to reset. It's amazing how even 60 seconds of mindfulness can make a big difference.
Another practical strategy is to focus on your breathing rhythm. You don't have to change it, just observe it. Notice how your breath feels as it moves in and out of your body. This simple act of observation can bring you back to the present and help you feel more grounded.
Finally, try to practice self-compassion in stressful moments. Mindfulness isn't about being perfect or always calm. It's about noticing how you feel, accepting it without judgment, and giving yourself grace. Remember, it's okay to feel stressed. The key is how you respond to it.
That's such a powerful reminder, Emily. Mindfulness isn't about escaping stress. It's about learning to navigate it with clarity and calmness.
Before we wrap up today's episode, let's dive into some key vocabulary that will help you not only understand mindfulness, but also use these terms in your everyday English conversations. 1. Grounding. Techniques that help you stay connected to the present moment, especially during stress or anxiety. Example: the 5-4-3-2-1 exercise is a great grounding technique when you're feeling overwhelmed.
2. Anchor words. Simple, calming words used to focus your mind during stressful situations. These words help bring you back to the present. Example: repeating anchor words like relax or breathe helps me stay calm in stressful situations.
3. Mindful eating. Paying full attention to the experience of eating, noticing the taste, texture, and smell of your food, and being present in the moment. Example: mindful eating helps me enjoy my meals more and prevents me from overeating.
4. Presence. The state of being fully engaged and focused on what you're doing right now without distractions. Example: practicing presence in conversations can strengthen your relationships.
5. Emotional resilience. The ability to adapt to stressful situations or crises by maintaining emotional balance and recovering quickly. Example: mindfulness practices help build emotional resilience by teaching you how to manage your feelings.
These words aren't just helpful for understanding mindfulness, they're also great tools to improve your English vocabulary. Try using them in sentences or even in your daily conversations.
Exactly. And remember, practicing these words will make them feel more natural in your speech. So don't be afraid to incorporate them into your daily life. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We covered a lot, didn't we, John?
We sure did, Emily. To recap, we started by looking at how mindfulness goes beyond traditional meditation. It's about finding mindful moments in everyday activities like eating, walking, or even washing dishes. It's about being fully present no matter what you're doing.
Then we explored some unexpected benefits of mindfulness, like boosting creativity, strengthening relationships, and even enhancing your senses of taste and smell. Plus, we discussed how mindfulness builds emotional resilience, helping you navigate life's ups and downs with more clarity and calmness.
We also shared practical techniques for staying mindful during stressful moments. From the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding exercise to using anchor words and practicing 1-minute pauses, these tools are simple but effective in bringing you back to the present.
And of course, we wrapped up with some key vocabulary to help you talk about mindfulness in English. Words like grounding, presence, and emotional resilience aren't just great for understanding mindfulness. They're powerful additions to your English vocabulary.
Remember, mindfulness isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself, being present in the moment, and practicing consistently. Every small step you take towards mindfulness can make a big difference in your overall well-being.
Thanks so much for joining us today. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe to the English Story podcast and share it with a friend who could use a little more mindfulness in their life.
And don't forget to check out the free transcript and vocabulary guide available on our website. These resources are great for practicing your English while diving deeper into today's topic.
Until next time, stay present, keep practicing, and as always, keep learning.